Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So as the market is going down, I thought why not take a look at 5 tokens that I think may actually see a really good rebounds if the market does become stable or even if the market does go up. So I think these are going to be the 5 coins slash tokens that may actually rebound really fast. So the first one is going to be, I think, Sei, AAVE, Nearport, Aster, Mental or MNT. I will take a look at on each price action, and you can use the timestamp below to check my analysis on each one of these tokens. And yeah, so let's get started. So if we take a look at Sei, it was doing really well, as you can see, and this was my analysis, and somehow I think it did help really well, but again as it lost this trend line, it actually went down, and as of now it is at 19 cent. And if you look at its growth, the Sei has been doing really well. As you can see, it was slowly making its D5 more viable, and it actually ended up peaking somewhere around 676 million TVL, which I think is a lot, and it's holding really well, as you can see, in terms of TVL. And its ecosystem is also growing rapidly, as you can see. So overall everything is looking good for the Sei, and I think if the market does becomes stable, or even if the market does find support, I think the Sei could see a really good bounce back, because there have been a lot of news about the Sei as well. And even if you look at its stable coin market cap, it just keeps holding, and it keeps going up. So I think that's really good. Now if you take a look at its price, as of now, I would say, again, if the market does go down, I'm looking at a really good support somewhere around 15 cent or even 12 cent. I think that is going to be a really good entry point for this Sei. Again, as of now, it is a really good entry point, because it is on a massive discount, as you can see. But again, I think this zone is going to be a really good buy zone for this token as well. So let's see whether if it can hit this zone, or whether it finds its way up somewhere around here. So again, as of now, the token did find support around 17 cent. But again, as of now, if it can reclaim this trend line, I think that would be really good for this token. So let's see what happens. But again, if the market does recover, I'm expecting at least a surge as high as 29 cent. Then if the market does becomes stable, we could be looking at a surge as high as 35 cent is a possibility, because I think if we look at its price, it has seen a really good surges recently anyways. So I think this is that is a plan for the Sei. So let's see. So if we look at the Nair protocol was doing really well, as you can see. Before this massive crash, it finally became it was in the uptrend, but we had this massive crash, and after that it did actually try to recover really fast. As you can see, after hitting $1.5, it actually went back to this exact trend line, but it could not break above from it, as you can see. And after that we had this massive crash as well. Now in the case of Nair, the reason why it was doing really well is because of the Nair intents. As you can see, this is the product that has been helping Nair recently. As you can see, this is interoperability, I would say interoperability product from the Nair, and it was doing really well. As you can see, the volume just keeps going up, and as of now it is going up. So overall, this could be, I think, a gold mine for the Nair, and this could, I think, may actually help Nair really well in the future as well. But as of now, if you look at the activity of the Nair intents, these are really at an all-time high, as you can see. So overall, I would say this is really good for the Nair. As of now, if we talk about its price, it would be really good for the Nair if it can reclaim this trend line. But as of now, it seems that it is going down. So again, the NIA does have a really good support somewhere around 1.8182 dollar. I would say to as low as like 1.78. That is going to be a prime buy zone for this token. And as of now, if we do look at like its sum against, it has yet to like go as high as like 8.2 dollar. Again, I think if the market recovers, the possibility of NIA performing is really high, because in the past, whenever we get our season, the NIA has performed really well, and whenever it does go up, it goes up like really fast, as you can see. So as of now, I think if it can reclaim this trend line, that would be really good. But if it doesn't, it may reject somewhere around 2.8, but again, that is still a really good gain for the NIA. But again, overall, I think as of now, the target for the NIA is going to be 3.3 to 3.32, and if we do see a really good bounce back, I think it can push as high as, I would say, 3.7 to 3.5. And if we do see a really good volume, I think it may actually eventually go as high as 4.8 as well. Now if you look at the Aster, although it is a newly launched token, as you can see, but if you look at its volume, it's really high. So it is also a very volatile token, and usually sees a really good surge, as you can see, from time to time. And I think because of that, if the market does recover, I think Aster could see a really good surge as well. Now the reason why Aster is doing all of this and why it is highly volatile is because of their perps, as you can see here. As of now, it does have a massive volume. Even if you look here, it is tailing above like 17 billion, which is just massive, and it has started to do really well because of those derivative trading. And as of now, if we look at the token itself, it is, I would say, in the downtrend. So if you look here, it is like in the downtrend ever since on this move. And as of now, if we get like this trend break, I think that could be really big. So if it does do that, so I think it can actually go as high as 180, or even go as high as 1.58 is a possibility. But again, it can also reject from here as well. So it can also reject from this trend line, and it may actually go back to that 88 cent level as well. But again, I think 88 is like probably a really good entry point for this token as well. So if we just like use fib entry points, so let's see where we go from here. So if we just use these, I think like again 94 to 88 is going to be a really good support for this token. And from what we can see like from its history, it is like very much volatile, and it can bounce back like really fast as well. So that is the reason why I'm looking at this token as of now. So like 94 to 88 I think is a really good entry point for this token. So after that we have Mental or the MNT, a really strong layer 2, and it is, I think, perhaps one of the strongest layer 2 as of now. They have seen a massive growth overall, and there is like a lot of interest around MNT as well. And because of that, the token actually ended up hitting 2.87, which was, I think, which is its new all-time high. And as of now, it is like in the downtrend, and most likely the the buyers who actually bought somewhere on here took some profit, and the token did go down. But again, it is still following this like trend line, and as long as it is above from this trend line, I think the token will continue to remain like really bullish. And as of now, it did hit like this zone, and I think this is a really good zone for buying MNT as well, in between 1.5 to 1.37. So as of now, if the market does go down, I think it will actually find its support on this trend line, and as long as it is above from this trend line, I think like it will bounce back really strong. As of now, I think if it does like bounces back from here, I would be looking at a new all-time high, because it is like really strong. But again, if it, let's say that if it doesn't go for that new all-time high, again I think it can still recover as high as 2.31, or even I think it will slightly, it can go above like $2 as of now if the market does recover. Anyways, overall I think MNT is still like in the uptrend, and let's see whether it like hold this trend line or not. It will depend on overall market, but again as of now it seems like that it is holding it really well. Anyways, let's move on. So if you look at the AAVE, the reason why it is like one of the strongest altcoin is because it is the king of DeFi, as you can see, the TVL of like 39 billion. If you look at overall market, everything like every like I would say protocol out there has lost over 10% in the last 10 days. We have exceptions, which is AAVE and Uniswap. So both of these have like holds really well. As you can see, even AAVE has a massive TVL of like 39 billion, and if you look at its like token, if you look at its price, this was my analysis in the last video I think, and it is following the plan. So I did say that in that video, if it can like hold this trend line, it will most likely go up, but it didn't. As you can see, there was this massive decline from this trend line, but again it does continues to hold this trend line as well. So as of now, I'm expecting its move till 190 if the market does go down. If not, I think it will most likely end up recovering as high as 263, or even it can actually just follow this trend line as well. So it can just go as high as 271. Again, that is going to be a really good move for this token. So as of now, I'm expecting a move like this if the market does go up. If not, it may actually hit this trend line, and it may actually just keep it may actually just try to do this as well. So that is what I'm looking at now. But again, I think if you look at how its TVL is doing, I think the token will most likely see a really strong bounce back if the market does becomes green again. So that is the reason why I have added this token in this video. Anyways, I think I covered pretty much everything. Thanks for watching. I will be back with more. Thank you.